Got a big loud exhaust. Oh, it does sound good. I'm just loving life with the logo. This video is sponsored by Stay Loyal, an out-and-out automotive brand created by yours truly. Check out our website. Hi all, welcome back to another video, back on the Driven 24/7 automotive YouTube channel, and you join me in my recently purchased to me and my recently revealed to you. I'm in my Honda logo, and today we're doing a driving video. So we've got the GoPro on, shades are on, and yeah, it's a really nice warm sunny day outside, so great day for taking any kind of car for a drive, of course. And the main reason for this driving video is because I want to drive the car, give it a bit of a hoon. And as I said in the reveal video of this car has got a big loud exhaust on, and I want you guys to kind of know what I mean when I say that this exhaust is loud, and it's definitely not standard. So from what I believe and what I was told, the previous owner's mate fitted a stainless steel custom exhaust onto the underneath of this car. I believe the back box exit of this car is actually from a motorbike. It is a straight through exhaust. I've never had a straight through exhaust on any of my cars before, hence it is just super loud. I don't quite know if it's quite legal. Now I like my exhaust to actually sound something, but it is quite loud. So yeah, today we're just going to take the car for a bit of a hoon, to be honest. Bearing in mind this car is lowered, so it is a bit harsh on the old ride because the lowering springs. Bearing in mind because this car is lowered and it's old and it's got a exhaust system on it, and there are a couple of rattles here and there, a couple of little squeaks here and there, but you know, it is what it is. All adds to the fun of this ride in this Honda logo, I suppose. So we're going to take out some little Julies, give it a little rip, which would be nice. Bearing in mind this is a non-VTEC engine, just a little 1.3 in this Honda logo. But yeah, let's give it a go then, shall we? Into fourth at the moment. Not going to be doing stupid speeds because I'm a law-abiding citizen. So I do like the fact that, as I said in the reveal video, I bought this car and it's already had bits done to it. There are bits that I want to improve on it. There is something I am going to improve on it very shortly, hence me making this video and trying to get this video out there quick before something does happen to this car. I mean, it is typical for kind of modified Hondas to have a big loud exhaust on, so the sound and the fact that it does have a custom exhaust, it just suits this car. And yeah, I'm not going fast, as you can tell, but it just sounds really good. It's not too drony, to be honest, and unfortunately the exhaust doesn't really pop and bang like I would love to. I've had a baths back in the day where you obviously get a pop and bang mapped onto the car. Obviously I guess this car's too old to have any kind of pop and bang mapped onto it, but it would be nice if the exhaust did do the odd little downshift into third. There we go. Oh, we haven't got low traffic, it's all good. Yeah, you can get the car, I have got it to do a couple of pops when it's in kind of the high rev range in second gear. That's kind of the trick to get it to pop. Yeah, it does sound really loud. So far, so I've had this car maybe about a couple of weeks now. I really like it, to be honest, guys, because as I said, it's a Honda, which is a popular car brand, but the logo is definitely unpopular. There's not many of them around, and that's why I like it. I do like my unusual cars, but the brand of car isn't too unusual, it being a Honda, so I like that. Let's talk about kind of driving experience then. So this car does have ABS on it. The brakes are pretty good. Clutch is really nice. I'm told it might have had a clutch, but there's no proof, and the previous owner couldn't prove that. That was just what he was told by another previous owner. Clutch, as I said, easy, lovely gear shame. We've got a big old kind of gear lever here, but really nice, easy gear changes. In my EP3 Type R Civic I had not so long ago, I guess I had more of a notchy feel because it's more of a sports car than this Honda logo, that's for sure. But it is definitely nice to welcome a nice easy clutch and nice easy gear change, which I guess you could say don't really have a feel because it's kind of nice and loose down. Not loose, but you know what I mean. I need to kind of get this car going really. Let's give it a couple of little pulls. Let's see if we can do one now. Just hold her into second for a minute, I think. Oh, beautiful gear change that was. Woohoo! That went up to 5,000 in second. This car, being a Honda, but it isn't on VTEC, it does like the rev. It is real fun to drive. Like, this isn't a sports car, but it feels fast what it is. I remember when I took it for a test drive with the seller in the car with me, I think I managed to get it to wheel spin by accident in first gear, and I loved that. This car has got some power there. I don't know why, it just has. Of course, the custom exhaust will add a couple of bhp to it. And by the way, guys, before you guys get in the comments, all the mods are declared, by the way. I am a very legal, sensible person. Steering, obviously it's got power steering. Steering this car with the nice sporty 3-spoke steering wheel we are blessed to have on this Honda logo. It's definitely a sportier spec compared to the previous, more tattier Honda logo that I've owned in the past. Can we give it some beams down this slip road? Oh, it does sound good. Yeah, steering is really light to steer. Again, in my Type R, because I'm kind of still overcoming a long-term kind of shoulder injury, I found the steering personally for me in the Type R was just a bit too heavy. That's just for my obviously shoulder. Steering in this, it's really nice to steer. The whole car is just so easy to drive, and I like that. I love the colour of this car. I love the interior. It's not meant to be a sports car, but it gives you that sporty feel inside the black interior. It's nice to drive. It's fun to drive. It's nippy. It's fun to drive. It's nippy. I've recently owned a Toyota Starlet. For those of you that didn't know, I actually had 2 of them at one point. That was pretty cool for photos anyway. Yeah, the Starlets again aren't fast cars, but they're just fun to drive, nippy. And this is basically what this logo is. As I said, it's a Honda, it hasn't got the VTEC, but I can't really fault the engine, and it's kind of like the performance it does have. I'm just loving life with the logo, to be honest with you guys. That's all there is to it. The car does have aircon. I don't think it works. I'm not even going to bother trying it. I've just got a bit of the cold fan on at the moment while we take this car for a drive. Yeah, it has got quite a lot of it's got a couple of little rattles and stuff inside, like it sounds like I've got a budget on board, for example. I just love driving cars with exhausts. Custom exhaust, I mean, every car should have an exhaust. But yeah, I just absolutely love it. This car is it is great to drive, and I know I like this car because when me and my other half go out, I'm offering to drive more, which is something that doesn't happen to me if I don't really like a car. I find it a pain in the backside to drive, like. But you know, I'm like, oh, I'll take us in the logo and stuff, and that's nice, you know. And I actually really enjoy driving this thing. There is a modification going to be happening after this video. I just wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to, you know, brag about how much I love driving this thing, how great this thing is to drive. The exhaust on it, it just really is a pleasure to drive. These are definitely like an understated and underrated Honda for sure. The brakes doing their thing there, which is great. I can proper nail actual decent gear changes in this car. Again, with the EP3 I just struggled to, just me being me, I just struggled with it, I suppose. But this car, I don't. It seems to like the old second gear. It seems to want to be revved like a Type R would have liked as well. Yeah, I seem to get on better with this car. And I've owned if you didn't know, I've owned a few different Hondas. I've owned another Honda logo before in my past. I've owned Accords of different years. I've owned a Type R, Civic Type R, I've owned a Civic Saloon. Yeah, I have owned a few Hondas, and I've also owned a few other JDM cars, like the old MX-5s. I had a Corolla, didn't I, once, T-Sport as well. But yeah, you can proper chuck this car around corners as well, and it don't really care. There is quite a bit of body roll when you do kind of proper chuck it around a tight corner, because it's quite a tall, boxy car, really. And although the car's on lowering springs, it sits nice on the current 15-inch wheels the car currently wears, but it's not like real low, and I like that because I can still take this car so far. I've been taking it up and down roads with humps in the road, and it hasn't been scraping, and that is what I want. So although this car would definitely look better lower, I'm glad it's not lower, because the car is still very practical for me and where I take it around locally to where I live, really. Is this guy gonna move? Come on. Here we go. Right, let's go. Vibration through the steering. I guess that's probably the tatty wheels need balancing better, I would have thought, but I don't plan on keeping them on the car very long. I'm going to get the first kind of thing I'm going to do to this car done first. I was going to do the wheels first, but there's other things going to happen first, then we will tend to find some used wheels that aren't white, is basically all I'm kind of asking for at the moment. The car is also, as soon as I got the logbook through for the car in my ownership, obviously in my name, as soon as the logbook came through, landed on my mat, as they say at home, the private plates are now officially on this car. So I've got the Dishu plates on this car, got the square plates on. The car really suits the reg as well. Yeah, I'm glad to have the private plate on this car for sure. A lot of caravans around today, obviously people going on their holly bobbles. Gets quite drony about now. I really do like this little car. So funny and fun. Seats are really nice and comfortable as well. Also got electric adjusting mirrors in this car, which I'm pleased to say do actually work, and they also do mist as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this driving video. Really, I gave you some outside shots of what the exhaust sounds like from the outside. It is just a pleasure to drive these little logos. As I said, I've owned a non-modified one with no exhaust, no alloy wheels for that matter as well. I just find these logos in general real fun to drive. They're just nippy for what they are. I don't really know why, but it's just so much of a joy to drive this car, mainly because that exhaust, obviously, that's the main reason. It's just great to drive a car that actually sounds good, and as I said, it goes well as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the exhaust, because I love it. It is very loud. It's the loudest probably car I've ever had, even when I talk about when I used to own my Baths and all that, and a modified one at that too. These Honda logos are definitely a car to have on your list if you're into your Japanese cars like I am. And stay tuned, because there's a modification, a big modification I say, a big change as well, I'm going to say that, happening to this car. So in the next video you see from me in this car, the change would have happened, and we can talk about that. But for now, thanks for watching me driving a Honda logo, the things I do for YouTube. But it's definitely fun to do these things for YouTube, because I've had a joy driving this car for the sake of YouTube. Have I said YouTube too many times there? Yes, I think I have. But thanks so much for this one. See you in another video. Bye.